Hello guys and welcome back to TomTalks. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And today we're going to be talking about the Brit Awards, of course, which happened last night. I've got some things to say, so let's get into it. Album of the Year went to Adele for her album 30. I was a bit disappointed, to be honest. I think 30 is a good record, but it doesn't really do anything different to what Adele's done before. Like, yeah, cool, you got divorced and there's some emotive tracks on there, but it's still an Adele album at the end of the day. And I mean, we've got Dave's album, We're All Alone in This Together, which was such a massive, impactful album. And Little Simz, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. Both these albums took risks and the artists went into some deep topics. They pushed themselves out of their comfort zones in some respects, and it still sounded like them, but just a lot better than what we've heard before. Well, I like Dave's last album, and I think Little Simz' last album were both very good albums, but these kind of push them further up. So I'm a bit annoyed by this one, to be honest. I feel like Adele is like the safe, easy choice to go with here. And Adele didn't really look like she gave a shit, to be honest, about being there, so there's that. A British Artist of the Year, that also went to Adele. I mean, yeah, I guess she sold loads of records and stuff, and some of the music was good, but again, Dave is on here. He had a fantastic year, so did Little Simz. I even say Sam Fender is probably preferable here, in my opinion, but Adele seems to just win everything because, yeah, Adele can't do anything wrong. All the music is great. It's not. British group, that went to Wolf Alice. One of the awards I was quite happy about. I've not been a fan of Wolf Alice in the past, but as you have seen in my recent small talk on their album Blue Weekend, I do really like their new stuff, and I think they thoroughly deserve this award. I mean, no one else on that list came close. I mean, London Grammar's new stuff was decent, but I still think Wolf Alice thoroughly deserved to win that award. Oh, and look, Adele's won again. Big shock. What? Easy on me, that go. Eee! Fucking hell. Guess it was a massive song. It was at #1 for ages, but I think she says herself, I can't believe a piano ballad would get so many bangers. Like, yeah, I can't either. For me, there's a lot better tracks on here. Becky Hill and David Guetta's Remember, Central C's Obsessed With You, David Stormzy's Clash, Elton John and Dua Lipa one, Cold Heart, and Body by Tion Wayne and Russ Million. So many better tracks on here. But let's just give another award to Adele. She's not got enough awards this year. Best Pop and R&B Act went to Dua Lipa. This was one of the fan-voted ones. I'm not surprised she won because she's popular. She didn't really release much last year though, so I'm a bit like, should she be here? I personally would have gone for Joy Crocs because I really liked her new project and I thought she took some risks for what is considered a pop album. And also, can we just say, like, why is this called Best Pop and R&B? There is no R&B acts on this list at all, whatsoever. You couldn't have put like Georgia Smith here, or Mira May, or someone else who actually kind of makes R&B music. No Brit Awards, you couldn't have made a separate award there. Just call it the Pop Award next time because there's no R&B acts on there. Best Dance Act went to Becky Hill, which I'm not surprised by. I'm happy to see Becky Hill win a Brit Award. She's made plenty of bangers over the years and she did last year too. I would have loved to see Fred again win the award. I think he's really pushing things in that genre, but he's not got the biggest fan base out of all these other artists. Calvin Harris here, again, he made like one track last year. I know he's doing his Love Regenerator stuff, but they credited Calvin Harris and he made that one track with Tom Grennan. So I'm a bit like, why is he here? Best New Artist went to Little Simz, which I'm really happy to see Little Simz win a Brit Award, and she did a very good speech. Thought that was good. But Little Simz is not a new artist. Like, she released her debut album in 2014. That's like almost a decade ago. It's weird, again, it's like when Skepta got nominated for Best New Artist in like 2015, even though he'd been going since like 2005, 2006. It's, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, really. I mean, I'm happy to see Little Simz win. I'm really happy. I feel like they're just like, yeah, there's just, let's just give her a Brit Award. She's nominated for a few. Let's just give her this one. She's new, right? You know, we hadn't heard of her before this year. It feels a bit tacked on in a way. Look, I would have loved to see Self Esteem win this award, to be honest, because I think she's like the best of the new artists on that list. I also do like Joy Crocs and Central C as well. But you know, I'm happy to see Little Sims win an award. The best alternative rock act went to Sam Fender, which, yeah, I'm happy with. I like Sam Fender's music. I think he does say stuff with his music. It's not the most outgoing music out there, but I think he's pretty good. I'm happy to see him win an award. I would have been happy to see Wolf Alice win it again, but you know, they've won an award, so it's cool to see someone else win an award, I guess. Oh, thank God Coldplay didn't win. Like, their new stuff just sounds like Coldplay, but just not as interesting. And Glass Animals, I've not really been a fan of their new stuff either. And Tom Grennan, there's a clear two here who should have won the award, and the other three kind of making up the numbers. Best hip hop grime rap act went to Dave. My boy Dave winning another Brit Award. We love to see it. He made a fantastic album last year, so I am very happy to see him win this award. I would have been happy to see Little Sims with it. I'm happy Gets got nominated at least. It would have been cool to see him win, but I think Dave and Sims made the better work. Central C being on here is cool. AJ Tracy, I'm not a fan of his new stuff, but it was popular, I guess. International artist went to Billie Eilish. I am very happy about this because her new album, Happier Than Ever, was great. Fantastic album. Surprised she beat Olivia Rodrigo, because Olivia Rodrigo's had a massive year, but clearly the judges preferred Billie's music. Taylor Swift being on here is weird because she just remade her old albums, and it's like, okay. I think what she's doing is great and taking back control of her music, but should she be on a list for old music? I don't know about that. International Group of the Year went to Silk Sonic. The boys did it. They've got a Brit Award. My boy Anderson .Paak has got a Brit Award. I'm very happy about that. I really enjoyed that project. Leave the Door Open, Smoking Out the Window, Fly As Me, After Last Night. There's so many great tracks by those guys. I liked Maneskin. I like what they've done. And ABBA and BTS, just, it's not been for me. Silk Sonic winning the award though. I am very happy. Muy happy. I don't know what happy is in Spanish. I'm trying to learn Spanish at the moment. Maybe I'll learn that in the future. Olivia Rodrigo won Best International Song for Good For You. I mean, I'm not too surprised. It was a very popular song. It's a decent track though. I personally would have preferred if it went to like Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish, Save Your Tears, The Weeknd. She's some decent tracks on here. Just thank God it didn't go to that Drake song where he talks about being a lesbian. Like, that would have been embarrassing. That song is cringe, man. You're not a lesbian, dude. You identify as a man. Rising Star went to Holly Humberstone. I've enjoyed what I've heard from her so far, but she doesn't really stand out too much. Free Runway, who is the artist on this list who stands out to me, she's doing something different. Lola Young is a decent singer, but she's not really wowed me. Keep an eye on Holly Humberstone, see what happens with her. Songwriter of the Year went to Ed Sheeran. I feel like they should horn this award in just to go, well done, Ed Sheeran. You've not won any of the main awards. Let's give you this one. And I mean, they showed some of the stuff he's like done, like his own stuff, and like BTS track and a few other tracks here and there. I don't think Ed Sheeran is very deserving of the Songwriter of the Year award. Most of his material this year has been pretty average. Even the stuff he's wrote. They even like credited him because he wrote stuff on the Taylor Swift Red album. That album came out years ago. I know she's redone it, but you can't count that. And finally, Producer of the Year, that went to Inflow. And I'm happy to see this person win. They produced stuff for a new Adele album. So they produced stuff for Little Sims' new album. They produced stuff for Jungle's new project and the Snuts as well. So they've produced a fair amount of content this year. I am interested to see what this person does in the future. They've produced with an interesting array of artists, according to Wikipedia. That Little Sims album sounded amazing. Adele's production was pretty crisp. The Jungle and Snuts tracks sounded good. She seems like a good producer, so I'm interested to see what she does in the future. Quickly, we will take a look at the performances. A lot of them just didn't stand out to me. Liam Gallagher's was very generic. He didn't sound great and he had a weird hat on. Holly Humberstone was fine. It was nothing special though. Adele was pretty good, but there was like not a lot going on there. Sam Fender was pretty good. kind of just showed what he's all about if you wanted to know more about him. Anne-Marie, KSI and Digital Farm Animals. I mean, KSI was cool to see him perform, I guess. Anne-Marie was what you'd expect. She almost went over on her ankle though, so almost did a Madonna there. The ones to talk about though, first of all, Ed Sheeran and Bring Me the Horizon. I was really not anticipating that. They made Bad Habits more listenable, I guess. But it just sounded like kind of generic with Ollie Sykes just screaming over it every now and then. And it's like, okay, that's cool. And Ed Sheeran looked weirdly out of place on the stage. Yeah, it made Bad Habits not trash, I guess. So props to Bring Me the Horizon. Ed Sheeran then performed later on his song The Joker and the Queen, which apparently people have been hyping, but I just found this song pretty bog standard Ed Sheeran, not particularly interesting. Performance of the night had to go to Dave. I mean, he performed in the fire. He got Gets, Gigs, Meeks and Fredo all on stage. They all did their thing. The visuals were fantastic. The guitar solo, the piano playing, the acoustic guitar, all of that bit was really cool. Dave really went to some effort into this performance and I appreciate that. And it was just fantastic. Again, the whole censoring people after the watershed thing, I think is pretty dumb. I know there's rules on live TV where it's like, you can't swear on live TV. It's like, yeah, but it's music. Like, yeah, I just think it's fucking stupid, to be honest. Like, just if the guy is saying a naughty word, you should let him say it. And as for Mo Gilligan, I think he was a decent host. I prefer his, like, comedy stuff, and I've liked him on like the Big Nasty show and stuff, but here it kind of felt like he was just doing what you'd expect him to do. He's charismatic, I'll give him that, but I just don't think he was that amazing a presenter. And that's all we got time for, folks. So that's my view on the Brit Awards. Overall, kind of meh, because Adele won loads of awards, and I think there was better artists on display, but it is what it is. It's the Brit Awards. Probably going to be better than the Grammy Awards. We'll get round to that when the time comes. But until next time, this has been another Tom Talks.